She said it like she was handing down a verdict, not starting a discussion. For the next month, my wife declared, her gaze cold and unwavering, "You'll be without intimacy, without my touch. I need space. I need control again." The words landed like a strike to the chest. Not because of what she said, but because of how she said it. Steady, detached, calculated. Not anger, not pain, just precision. As if this wasn't punishment. It was strategy. We'd been circling the same arguments for weeks. How I'd grown distant. How she felt unseen. How I'd stopped appreciating her. But that night, standing in the soft glow of our bedroom lamp, with rain whispering against the glass, something changed. Her voice didn't carry the tremor of hurt. It carried authority.
Power.
"All right," I said at last. "If that's what you want."
She didn't respond.
Just nodded once, turned off the light, and climbed into bed without another glance. And true to her word, she didn't touch me. The first week crawled by in silence. We ate together, traded mechanical lines about work, and fell asleep facing opposite sides of the bed. I told myself it was a phase. Couples go through lulls. Maybe this was her way of regaining confidence. But the space between us didn't feel like healing. It felt like absence. By the second week, subtle shifts appeared. A new scent, expensive, floral, not the kind she'd ever worn. Her hair styled differently. The gym bag, packed more often. And always, before she left, "Don't wait up." I tried to trust her. Tried to smother the knot of suspicion twisting inside me. Until one night, she came home smelling faintly of wine. "Who were you with?" I asked. She froze for a fraction of a second, then sighed, annoyed. "Just coworkers. We grabbed a drink after a meeting. Don't start this again." "I didn't start anything," I said quietly. "I just asked." She brushed past me, leaving only the trace of that perfume, and something else I couldn't name. Something foreign. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I shut my eyes, I saw her laughing. But not with me. By week 3, words between us had become meaningless. She no longer tried to hide her indifference. And then came Friday. She left at 6 sharp, wearing a black dress I'd never seen before. "Work dinner," she said without looking up from her phone. "Don't wait up." Those words again. But this time I didn't. At least, not in the way she thought. An hour later, I grabbed my keys, heart pounding. I didn't know where she'd gone exactly, but I had a guess. She'd mentioned a new project manager a few weeks ago, Ethan.
Young. Charming.
Single. Her expression always changed when she spoke his name. I drove downtown, toward the hotel where her firm held events. Neon lights blurred through the rain, but all I could hear was the rush of blood in my ears. In the hotel lobby, people mingled in tailored suits and forced smiles. And then I saw her. Emily. Her hand rested on Ethan's arm as they walked toward the elevator. She was smiling, the same soft, genuine smile I hadn't seen in months. I wanted to look away, to tell myself it wasn't what it looked like. But the way she leaned in, the way his hand brushed the small of her back, it told the truth for her. The elevator doors closed, and just like that she was gone. I sat in the car for what felt like hours, gripping the steering wheel until my fingers went numb. There was no explosion of rage, only disbelief, the kind that burns cold. I'd built a life with her. Now, she was upstairs with someone else. While I sat outside, the fool in the story, I don't remember the drive home. Just the blur of headlights, the tightness in my jaw, the rain returning like an old witness. Inside, the house was hollow. Her wine glass sat on the counter, half full, a smear of lipstick on the rim. I stared at it until everything inside me settled into clarity. If she wanted control, I'd show her what that really meant. The next morning, she came home early, pretending nothing happened. "You're up already," she said lightly, setting her purse down. Her hair was tied back, but I saw the faint red mark on her neck. "Didn't sleep much," I said, pouring coffee. "Busy night," she teased. "You're not jealous again, are you?" I smiled faintly.
No.
Actually, I've been thinking. Her eyebrows lifted. About what? You were right, I said evenly. We've both been off. Maybe we need a break, some real space. She frowned. What do you mean? I said, stirring my coffee. You take your month without intimacy, without touch. And I'll take mine, just in a different way. I don't understand, she murmured. You will, I said quietly. I called my attorney this morning. We'll be filing for legal separation. The mug slipped from her hand, shattering against the tile. What? Mark, are you serious? I looked at her, then really looked, and realized the woman standing there wasn't the one I married. I'm done, I said. Done begging for crumbs of attention. Done pretending we're okay while you lie straight to my face. Her expression cracked, panic flooding in. No, wait, please, it didn't mean. But I was already walking toward the door. Mark, she called, voice breaking. It didn't mean anything. I turned back once. That's the problem, Emily, I said. You don't even know what anything means anymore. The silence that followed was deafening. She stood trembling in the kitchen. She once ruled with confidence. I walked out without another word. A week later, the papers were filed. She was served. At first, no reaction. Then came the messages. Angry, desperate, pleading. She wanted forgiveness. She wanted another chance. But I'd already moved on from wanting anything. The night she told me, for a month, you'll be without my touch. She thought she held the power. She never realized. Control cuts both ways. And when I took mine back, she finally learned what true distance feels like. Real silence. Real emptiness.